So can you just respond to the shocking report from Asa Winstanley that Israel, which again claims to speak on behalf of international Jewry, is arming anti-Semitic, violent neo-Nazis in Ukraine?
Yeah, uh, it would be shocking if to those who didn't know Israel's history. This actually didn't shock me at all, especially given the fact that U.S. Congress has enacted a prohibition on selling arms to the Azov battalion this year, thanks to the efforts of Representative Ro Khanna. I'll explain why a little bit later. But just to summarize this really excellent report by Asa Winstanley, which is really authoritative in explaining the origins and ideology of Azov and the danger they present to Ukraine and to Europe as a whole. The Defense Ministry of Israel has confirmed several shipments of arms and tenders for weapon sales to Ukraine, to the Ukrainian military. The Azov battalion has posted photos of its soldiers on its own YouTube channel and social media channels with the Tavor rifle. And the Tavor rifle is one of the most distinctive weapons in the Israeli arsenal. It is the standard issue rifle for Israeli soldiers. And, it was recently used in some of the atrocities committed on the border of Gaza. And it replaced the Uzi, which is another really distinctive Israeli weapon. So there's no mistake here. This is clearly an Israeli weapon, and it reflects what was seen in the Israeli Defense Ministry documents, which were turned up by Israeli human rights lawyers and were obtained by Asa and the Electronic Intifada. And basically, the Israeli Defense Ministry has refused to deny shipping weapons to the Azov battalion. The reason that they have kind of some plausible deniability about directing weapons to neo-Nazis is that the Azov battalion has been incorporated into Ukraine's National Guard through the Interior Ministry, which is run by an ultra-right nationalist named Arsen Avakov. So Israel's basically just sending weapons to the Ukrainian military, which is now filled with hardcore neo-Nazi ideologues. But there's no disputing the truth of the headline to Asa Winstanley's article. Israel is arming neo-Nazis in Ukraine. The self-proclaimed Jewish state is literally arming neo-Nazis. And that should shock everyone, but at the same time, it's not shocking given Israel's history, which I can kind of briefly explain.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a moment. But first, let's talk more